Hi everyone, welcome to Success Builders Kids. My name is Debbie, this is my sister Danny, and this is Home Dog. We are so glad that you guys are joining us today.
At Success Builders Kids, we're all about growing kids that excel in business, life, and in their faith. Now let's get started. Stand up and let's worship.
Said we didn't have to. The Savior has won every war, and now we can live with the fullness of joy. And now we can live with the fullness of joy. Oh, and now we can live with the fullness of joy.
Now my heart is glad you make known my path. In your presence I will stay. I'll follow where you lead. Your heart is bound to me. I know you lead my way.
My soul can live. My soul can live. My soul can live.
Hi everyone, I am so glad that you are joining us today, and I'm excited for your journey towards a life filled with success. We are on lesson 3, and today you will learn about banks, savings accounts, checking accounts, and more. What exactly is a bank? Do you know? Well, a bank is a place where you can store your money and also where you can borrow money. Did you know that you were able to open up a bank account even at your young age? I got my own bank account when I was 7, and my youngest daughter got her savings account at the age of 4. 4, wow! Some of you might have money in your piggy bank at home. Did you know that if you open up a savings account at the bank, you could start gaining interest on your money? You're probably wondering, What is interest, right? Well, Mr. Ryan will definitely explain that in a little bit. Understanding how banks works is really important for you to learn while you're still young. So I'm glad that you are joining us today. I'm also excited that you're attending because you will get another sticker to put into your passport to success. Isn't that amazing? Make sure to take the time to complete your activity page today to get 2 stickers. Before you know it, you'll receive your very own Success Builders Kids badge. In the next lessons to come, you will also learn about debt, savings, jobs versus business, education. Is it making you money or taking your money? Keep up the good work, keep learning, and now let's tune our eyes to Mr. Ryan as he shares more on banks.
Welcome to Success Builders. We're so excited you're here with us today. We're learning about banks. Bank it, take it to the bank. I can bank on that. Bank it off the glass. All right, the bank. What is a bank? A bank is a business. What does every business want from you? Your money. But banks are very specific. They actually want to hold on to your money. Okay? And so banks do a couple things. What they do is they hold your money, and if you're smart about it, they'll also pay you money for them to hold your money. Because what is the bank doing with your money? They're gonna take your money in, you put it in your bank account, and you think, oh, my money's just in my bank account. No, they're gonna take your money and lend it to other people, and they're gonna make money by lending out your money. So when you give them money, you're like, whoa, you're gonna make money on my money? Well, then I better make some money on my money while you make money on my money. Fair? Understand? Great. So when you go to a bank, you need to choose a good bank. Why? Because you're looking for a couple things. You want them to be safe. You ever notice how if you leave your money at home, sometimes it goes missing? Well, this is what everybody noticed. They're like, hey, I need a place to keep my money. So these guys made a business that hold on to your money. So you need a very secure bank. And we had this problem with our kids. They would put money in their piggy bank, and then someone would be like, hey, I need to borrow $1, and they go to their bank and I don't have enough money in my piggy bank.
Oh, I'll just borrow $1 from my brother, and they go to my brother's piggy bank and get the money out of there, and then the brother will go, hey, how come I don't have enough money in my piggy bank? And then they go to each other's piggy banks, and it's a mess!
So what they figured out was, we're gonna take our money down to the bank. When we go into this building, we deposit our money, and then if we need it back later, we can get it. We can pick banks. There's many, many banks out there. There's credit unions, there's different types of banks. And what we want to do is we want to find a bank that meets your demands. When do you need to access it? Can you go during school hours? No. So maybe you need a bank that's open past school hours. You need a bank that's going to be easy for you to use. Maybe you'd rather have an online bank only. You don't want to go into a building. So there's lots of different questions. And today we have a banker joining us who's going to explain this. And the real thing is, which bank is right for you? And sometimes it's the bank that's going to pay you the most. Sometimes the bank is going to have the least amount of fees. Sometimes when you put money into the bank, they're going to charge you fees for your account. That's right. They're going to take your money, they're going to make money on it, and they're going to charge you to have the money there. Does that sound right? No, they should be paying you. So you want to make money every time you do a transaction with the bank. So they are working for you. Some people, usually poor people, are scared of banks. They're like, oh no, the bank, are they going to give me money or not? And they think this way. The bank is working for you. You're the business owner. You're the holder of the money. So who should have the respect? You should. They should be trying to get your business. Wealthy people, when they go into the banks are working to get the business from the wealthy person. So you want to think like a wealthy person. You want them to want to get your business. So they have to work for it. You'll notice signs around town. You'll drive around now, and the people will offer different things. Sometimes they're like, oh, we'll give you an iPod if you come join the bank here. We'll give you cash if you open an account here. They're always offering different things to try to get your business. Why would they do that? Because they're going to make money off of you. And if they're going to make money off of you, you better get something out of it. And so today we're going to learn all about banks, how to choose them, why you use them, and let's get going. I think Professor Roy is here with us, the good doctor. Let's go to him and see what he does to figure out a bank for him.
Oh boy, okay, sure. Here's the nice thing about when you put your money in the bank. You get to have a free coffee sometimes, and sometimes they give you a free pencil. Or sometimes you get to go to the prize box and you got to push all the other kids out the way so you get the good ones, because then you get the basketballs. Or maybe sometimes it's your lucky day and you get the little candies. Oh, hey, Mr. Ryan.
Hey, Professor Roy, how come you have so many prizes?
Well, I took your advice and I took my money and I went and I put it into the bank.
Wait, how many banks did you visit?
I didn't know which one. Sure, I picked all of them.
Professor Roy,
And they give me candies.
well, that's really great. You know how much I love candy and you didn't share them at all. Oh. Bruh. Okay, well, anyway, you only needed to pick one bank. You seem to have visited all of the banks. That's nice. They all had little prizes for you?
Yes, Doris, she's let me go to the prize box.
Okay, Professor Roy. I'm really glad that you're, making money and saving your money. But maybe you only needed one bank account.
This one gives you coffee. One bank account?
That one gave you coffee? Maybe I should go to that bank. Huh. Okay, well, which one was the nicest to you?
Maybe we should go visit some people. And,
How much money did you put in each account? Just a little bit?
yeah, just one into one.
$1 in each one account.
Well, you said maybe that we go put the money in the bank, so.
Okay, we better go take care of this. Okay, kids, today I have a banker with me. His name is Andrew. I made sure he didn't dress like a banker. Why? Because he's a regular human who works at a bank and we call him a banker. But he has a regular family. He's an awesome guy. Andrew, thanks for being with us here today.
Thank you very much. And thank you for making me a regular guy.
Yeah.
I really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
'cause
I didn't want to wear a tie today.
No, exactly. Okay. So what is a bank?
Well, a bank is a nice big building where we keep all your money. Sometimes we pile it up in big piles and we dive right into it.
Is
like
that true?
No, it's not true, Brian. We don't dive into your money. Basically, we're just holding onto your money in a safekeeping so that way when you want to go spend it, when you want to go invest it, when you want to save, you know where your money is located so you can go and do all of those fun different things.
Now, are banks good or bad or evil or what are they?
Banks are probably one of the most evil corporations.
Stop it.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, banks are a good place. You want to be able to put your money somewhere where you know it's safe. A lot of people have this idea that banks are a bad place, but you don't want to be hiding your money underneath your pillow or underneath your mattress. You want to make sure that it's somewhere that if a fire were to take place, it's in a locked safe, that if anything were to happen, you know where it is.
Right.
And did you know in Canada, every single bank account is guaranteed a certain amount of their funds? Everywhere, $100,000 is guaranteed. So if anything were ever to happen to the bank, your funds are guaranteed. And in Alberta, it's even higher than that. So you can store all your money in the bank and know it's completely safe. It's not going to disappear overnight. You know exactly where it's going to be.
So how does a bank make their money then?
That is a really good question. So a bank will hold on to your money and then they're going to invest it into different things. So say if you came to me at the bank and you said, I wanted a mortgage.
What's a mortgage?
A mortgage would be lending you money so that way you can go buy a house.
Oh, right. Okay.
So say if you don't have $1 million to buy a house, you come to me and say, I want $1 million to buy a house. I say, perfect. I will take it out of these bank accounts and give it to you. Now, for us at the bank, we're gonna need something in return. So you're gonna have to make a monthly payment and you're gonna pay a bit of interest on that. And the interest basically is just an added amount that we ask for in order to do business, to actually make us successful and prosperous.
Right.
But in return, the bank accounts that we're taking it from, we're going to give them a little bit of interest back. So say if Bobby Joe over there needs some money, he can put it in his bank account and then he'll get interest over time because we're lending it out.
I'm going to put my money into a bank account. It's going to be safe. You guys are going to take it and lend it out. And because we've given you this money, you're going to give us a little bit.
Exactly.
And then if I need to borrow money from you because I don't have enough,
Yep.
you're going to charge me some interest.
Exactly.
So what type of accounts can you use at a bank? Like what are the typical things that people would use?
I think everyone needs a checking account. So that's going to be what you're going to spend money out of. Obviously, if you're working, if you have a business, you're going to accumulate money. You need somewhere to put that in. And a checking account is a great spot where you can tithe from that account, that you can buy groceries, that you can buy gas, you can buy fun things like a new game, whatever it might be. But then you're also going to want a savings account.
Right.
Because a savings account is meant for rainy day emergencies. Say you're driving down the highway, your tire pops, What am I going to do? Well, you have a savings account that's set up for you, ready to go. Or say if you're wanting to save up for Christmas gifts, that you want to make sure that your friends and your family are all blessed, that will be in a savings account that will gain interest, and you'll be able to go and buy gifts.
Right. Now, when is the right time to open a bank account?
You should be opening up a bank account right away. I just had my second born son, and we're opening up an account for him right now. He can't even use it, but we're wanting him to get in that habit. We're going to set money aside so that when he's older, we can tell him, this money is set aside for you. You can start using this when you need to, and we're going to teach him of what things are good to spend on, what things are bad, how to tithe, all those things out of this account.
That's so cool. Now, you work at a bank.
Yes.
What do you need to do to work at a bank? That sounds like a cool job.
Yeah, so I actually just went in and talked to the manager. It was as simple as that. I didn't need any professional training, anything of that sort. And I think that's a huge misconception, is people think you need years of experience, years of training. You just need to be a likable person. If people know you, they like you, and you can have those conversations, that's going to really set you apart. And just having that anointing, that calling on your life from Jesus is going to help you elevate that much greater. So just go in, talk with the people, and there you go. It's that simple.
That is so great. Okay, kids, so the action would be you need a bank account to put your money in. And then a great question would be, how do you choose a bank that's right for you?
There are so many different banks out there. And you can look at like the big 5 banks in Canada, and you can go through and find out, you can ask your parents what are the big 5. I personally like to look for a bank that's going to invest back into my own economy. So here in Alberta, I'm going to look for a bank that supports Alberta businesses, that are anything that they earn is going to be directly reinvested back into the clients, back into the citizens of Alberta. So I would start there, looking at what banks are reinvesting back into your local economy.
Oh, so different banks have different values and they use the money differently?
Yeah, so some banks, they work on a very hierarchical position. So the CEOs are making millions and millions of dollars, which great, they're doing great work and they should earn off that. But some banks have different values and they want to reinvest back into their economies.
Well, that's great. So that gives us some things to think about. What bank is going to be aligned with your values? You know, maybe there's ones that are more aligned with your Christian values. And what banks are going to give you the most interest for putting your money in? And then, of course, which ones are accessible and usable for you? So, talk to your parents. It's time to open a bank account, because as you make more money, we need a place to put it. And the Bible says, prepare the ditch before the rain comes. So if you're expecting rain, better dig a ditch. Get yourself a bank account. All right. That's all for me. Let's go on to our next segment.
It's now time to say today's memory verse, so everyone stand up to your feet and let's say the memory verse. Good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their business fairly. Psalms 112:5. Now let's try this again. Good comes to those who lend money generously and conduct their business fairly. Psalms 112:5. Good job, kids in SBJY.
Well, kids, we're so glad you joined us at Success Builders. We hope you learned a lot about banks.
Yes, and make sure that you and the parents check us out on the Instagrams and the Facebooks and the successbuilders.ca.
Make sure to keep growing, keep learning, and keep putting God first. See you next time.